It's the holiday season, a season full of spending time with family and friends, which includes watching movies, giving each other gifts, and wearing festive attire. Also watching the digital or even actual fire happening on your TV screens burn. A season we have given a strong sense of warmth to, which counteracts the cold that our ancestors would normally die to in the first 2 weeks. See, even though the modern day has slowly turned this time as a way to get as much business and money out of the general public as possible, through all of this, all types of media still try to keep the holiday ideals of love and warmth. And there's one show that has some of the best holiday-centered episodes, Dan Harmon's show, Community. If you don't know what Community is, it's a sitcom about a character named Jeff Winger, until we get into episode 2. Then it's a show about a Spanish study group. It takes place in Greendale Community College. There are 7 main characters: Jeff Winger, who was a lawyer, until people realized his degree was fake, so now he has to get it back. Britta Perry, a selfish activist and psychology major. Annie Edison, the very innocent A+ student. Shirley Bennett, a very Christian single mother. Pierce Hawthorne, of the Hawthorne Wipes Moist Towelettes business, who is very out of touch. Troy Barnes, a former star high school quarterback. And the most interesting one, Abed Nadir, who is someone who really struggles with people, so he uses movie homages and quotes to connect with people. I could talk about the plot, but there isn't a defined specific plot. It's a very character-driven show, which is what I love, and I could talk about forever. But let's bring it back to the holidays. So before I hop into the 2 episodes I want to talk about, here's some semi-important context. Everyone in the group is of a different religious belief. Abed is Muslim, Annie is Jewish, Troy is a Jehovah's Witness, Shirley is Christian, Britta is an atheist, Jeff is agnostic, and Pierce is part of Reformed Neo-Buddhism. If you didn't catch on to, is not a real religion, it's a cult. Season 2, episode 11 is titled Abed's Uncontrollable Christmas, and this episode starts off like any other. Stop motion animated. This is one of the biggest changes in style Community had so far, and still has been. It is a clear homage to the Rankin Bass stop motion animated movies, like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, You're Without a Santa Claus, etc. The episode starts off with Abed immediately acknowledging the stop motion animation, that we learn only he can see, which reasonably makes his friends worried about him. So they make him talk with Professor Ian Duncan, after he gets tased. Duncan wants to write a book about Abed's mental state, so he feeds into Abed's magical Christmas special in his mind. The cast, and Duncan, go into the study room and go through the magical journey in Abed's mind, where the study group gets picked off one by one while helping Abed reach the end to find the meaning of Christmas. This episode seems silly, and it is. Singing, Christmas versions of everyone, and the silly plot when looked at by the cover. But this episode actually has a lot of heart in it. The episode has a huge turn at the end when we find out that Abed is imagining everything in stop motion because his mom is not going to show up for their tradition of watching Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer together. This made Abed pretty much go into denial and make him view everything as the thing he won't have anymore for comfort. It also means he won't have his big connection to Christmas anymore, his mom. I love this episode and I have to watch it every year during the season. It has a great message of dealing with change because of having Abed's traditions change due to his mom's new family. But it's okay because he has his friends to help him get through it, and even form new traditions. On the idea of his friends, it is great at showing the family and friends aspect of Christmas. All of his friends, even if they have different beliefs, help him get through this hard time of change. They also go with his delusion to help him figure out what's going on, even if they really didn't want to. It's a really sweet episode and has a great feeling of warmth. One thing I should mention is the animation. It's really good. At the start, it threw me off a bit, mainly the mouths, but I got used to it almost instantly. There are a lot of details, and it was a nice change of pace for the show. It's also kind of shocking how little this actually feels out of place for it. The show had its references and homages in other episodes, but this was a heavy visual change, and it honestly didn't shock me at all when watching the show. The singing was actually better than I expected, but it got way better in Season 3, Episode 10 is titled Regional Holiday Music. Basically, Glee Club, who we don't like, all have a nervous breakdown due to them getting a cease and desist due to copyright infringement. That leads to them all going to the hospital. So the study group gets asked to fill in for Glee Club for the Christmas pageant. And since it's Glee Club, they say no, like normal people. Except Abed, who wants to do the pageant since everybody's doing their own stuff for the holidays, and he wants to do something together with them. So Abed gets told by Mr. Rad, the Glee Club instructor, to help his friends find the joy in their hearts, to fill in for Glee Club through song. It first starts with Abed getting Troy to join, then Pierce, then Annie, then Jeff, then Shirley, and finally Britta. They get to perform and they are all excited to do it. Until Abed realizes this is going to last way longer than Christmas. So he sends Britta, the non-singer, who plays a tree, to sing the Rat King's part, and she does bad. So Mr. Rad gets really mad and admits to murdering the past Glee Club that died in a bus crash.
And you can let me do that, or there can be another bus crash!
This breaks the study group out of their Glee Club mindset, and they all spend Christmas together. I think this episode is great, because it's not like last season's. There's not a lot of heart. It's just pure stupidity and comedy, which Community excels at. This episode has one of the best jokes of the entire show, too.
Oh, Britta's in this?
The songs are pretty good, and I enjoy listening to them. Except one. I am not putting on the holiday party playlist alongside ABBA. But seriously, Christmas Infiltration and Baby Boomer Santa are staying on the playlist. I don't care what anyone says, let Troy and Abed sing. The story in this one is way simpler than Abed's Uncontrollable Christmas, but it's still fun. I love how a song can immediately make someone affected by pure glee, and it's kind of written to be unsettling, which I find hilarious. How they wrote Mr. Rad is great, and the actor, Taron Killam, did great as him. He's written to be insane and way into the Glee Club, which made some really funny scenes. I also love how Abed is both the reason why they got into it, and he's also how they snap out of it, which kind of shows some development for him. The funniest thing about this episode is that it's making fun of another show airing at the same time, and it is Glee. It was pretty obvious it was Glee. Glee Club, creepy teacher, singing. But anyway, this is one of the most memorable episodes in one of the most insane seasons. These two episodes are argued to be the best Christmas episodes from Community. People arguing that the heart, warmth, and uniqueness from Abed's Uncontrollable Christmas makes it better, and the humor and theme of regional holiday music makes that one better. When I first thought of this video, I immediately thought, oh, Abed's Uncontrollable Christmas is the better one out of the two. It's wholesome, great holiday themes, and stop motion animated. But when I watched them back to back, I don't think I have a favorite. Do I love Abed's Uncontrollable Christmas for those reasons, and why I believe it's an amazing episode? Yes, but I understand that regional holiday music is the episode that feels more like Community, and it really has that charm and unhinged feeling that most shows don't aim for. Season 2's episode is when you want something sweet with bits of Community sprinkled in, and Season 3's is when you want something that screams Community. But if you have watched the show and have a favorite out of the two, please comment on which one it is and why. Also, if you're one of those people who don't like musical episodes of sitcoms because the actors can't sing amazingly, or you find it cringe, who hurt you? To have your heart shrink 3 sizes too small. Anyways, that's it. Please subscribe and thanks for watching.